Superman, the hero that is so popular and iconic that today is more or less a household name. But Superman was not always supposed to be a hero. The creators Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster originally conceived Superman as a bald telepathic scientist obsessed with world domination. Basically Lex Luthor with Professor Xavier's powers. But by the time Superman had found a publisher, a 6-year process, the character had become the dashing hero we all know today. In the comic book The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 3, an enemy accidentally calls him Superman instead of Spider-Man. This is most likely a mistake by the writers. Another blooper was found in the comic book Tales of Suspense, issue number 92, featuring Captain America. In one of the panels, Captain America tries to trash talk his opponent before starting a fight. However, something seemed to have gone horribly wrong in the writing process, as he just ends up exclaiming that he himself is gonna lose. The guy from the popular meme "Cool Story Bro" is actually Hercules from The Incredible Hercules issue number 122 by Marvel. Venom is a well-known enemy of Spider-Man. However, even though the character is portrayed as a man, he was originally going to be a she. But when the writer pitched the idea of Venom being a woman to his boss, he said that readers would never see a woman as a realistic physical threat to Spider-Man. So the writers attached the Venom symbiote to a male character instead. I don't know, but I think they made the right call on that one. Over the years there's been quite a few weird comic book crossovers, one of which is a comic about the Punisher teaming up with Eminem. No, like for reals, yow. In the comic, Punisher is assigned to protect Eminem against a man who's out to kill him. However, the comic is not considered canon. Another character who's done a crossover comic with practically everyone is Superman. There's a Superman vs. Aliens, Superman vs. Predator, Superman vs. He-Man, Superman vs. Muhammad Ali, Superman meets the Quick Bunny. Surprisingly, there's not a Superman vs. Superman. Yet. Most comic book characters make their first appearance in, you guessed it, comic books. However, the Joker's accomplice or girlfriend, Harley Quinn, did not. She made her first appearance in Batman the Animated Series in 1992, and because of her popularity, she was introduced to the comics as well. Spider-Man is without a doubt one of Marvel's most famous and popular characters, but Spider-Man was very close to never even see the light of day. Martin Goodman, head of Marvel at the time, told Spider-Man creator Stan Lee that he thought the new hero was a rotten idea. Goodman sincerely believed that the character would struggle to appeal to readers for the simple fact that a lot of people are scared of spiders, so he thought they would most likely be just as scared of Spider-Man. A very iconic feature about the Hulk is the fact that it's green. However, creator Stan Lee always intended for the Hulk to be grey, and he actually was in 1962, in the very first issue of the comic series The Incredible Hulk. This didn't last for long though, because the printing press had problems getting the grey tone to print correctly. They ended up having to choose a different color instead, and one of the most consistent colors in print at the time was green. In Batman storylines, there's a creepy mental hospital called Arkham Asylum, where many famous villains such as the Joker himself have been imprisoned. But it turns out that the place actually exists in real life. Or at least it did, because Arkham Asylum is actually based on the Arkham Sanitarium featured in many of H.P. Lovecraft's novels, which in turn was based on the real-life Denver State Hospital in Massachusetts, aka the Denver's Lunatic Asylum. However, the hospital no longer exists as it was shut down between the 1970s and 1990s, and finally demolished in late 2005. The Martian Manhunter is a shapeshifter that can take any human form. One of the many forms he's taken is that of a Japanese woman named Hino-Ri, which just happens to be the same name as a character from the popular manga Sailor Moon. But when Martian Manhunter in his Hino disguise meet Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, Bruce immediately sees through his disguise and says, "The name is a giveaway," which leads us to the only logical conclusion: Batman Red Sailor Moon.
It's okay if you don't wanna sing along, but if you do, I promise you, you will feel like you belong. Don't get me wrong.